Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Adam, KN6QGV with BridgeCom Systems, and welcome to another episode of Ask Me Anything. I'd like to first start by welcoming everyone here. Let's start going through and seeing some names. We got Richard here. Welcome. We got Ricky, N9ITYW. Welcome. Let's see. We got Chris, VE7UTV. Welcome from British Columbia. We got Cliff from North Carolina, KQ4APY, George, AD5CQ, James, KV9 KFI, welcome, AG, N2GV, QGV, nice call, nice one. We both have the same one there on the end, very nice one. Michael, KF6UV, welcome. Jaws, John, W3JAW, welcome. Seeing some friendly people and a lot of faces I recognize. We got Mike here, K4OS, OS. Let's see, we got Royce in the house, KI5RY, whoop, that one missed, RYF. John, KC5LAA. We got someone from Slovakia, OM5AWE. Welcome. Wow. Well, I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you to coming to the show. First off, we're going to start off by saying Josh's June giveaway, Instagram giveaway. We're giving away a free Anytone 878 UV2 Plus. Instagram is a great place to see trendy content and follow our favorite influencers. Make sure you give us a follow to earn your entries. The winner will be will get an 878 UV2 Plus at the end of the month. So make sure you guys enter for that. All right. So we got a lot of questions yesterday with our BridgeCom University with Dan. And I was, very happy I got to kind of co-host with that and join in a little bit. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Dan. Really appreciate that. But we're going to go over to my screen here, and I'm going to show you guys how to actually update your contact list with the newest contacts from radioid.net. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to my screen and hop on into this. So when you guys come to radioid.net, let me just start over, make sure we're on the front page. This is the front page you're going to see. You're going to see right now, currently, we have 220,522 DMR IDs issued. So this is the place that issues you your DMR ID. So once you have your DMR ID issued and everything, you can get onto the network. But you're going to come over here, database, data dumps. Right here, the user CSV file. We're just going to download that. Now you're going to notice on my computer, I've downloaded that a bunch of times. I like to update it a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to our CPS. We're going to go Tools to Import. Just a little warning message. We're going to come over here to Digital Contact List. Go to your downloads, re-download it. We're going to click on the user file, open, and click Import. Now I do got a little surprise for you guys today. Bam, got the new radio with the Nagoya antenna. And I actually tested this versus this old antenna that everyone kept asking me about. And this Nagoya antenna is better. So I get better signal, better quality and everything with that. And it's a great antenna. I really love it. So I'm very stoked with that. Oop. Let's wait for the program. Might do that for you guys. It is downloading, like I said, 220,000. I think it was 522 contacts to your program in radio, so it might take a minute to actually do that. Come on. If this just stays locked like this, we can quit and redo this. There it goes, as you guys saw. It's importing. There we go. Come on. I don't know where the message went. It's still responding. So as you can see, everyone, even our computers aren't always, they go a little slow. All right, we're going to restart this. All right, we're restarting the program. For some reason, it got locked out. That happens from time to time, but at least you're seeing it here. So if you guys experience the same thing, I just force quit the program by right-clicking down here where it was and telling it to quit. Give me a sec, it's loading. I can't drag the menu over where you guys see that big loading bar. Gotta love the live troubleshooting demo. Yep. Yeah, the BridgeCom Plus banner right here. You guys saw that. We can go back to that for a second. Just... All right, so let's do this again. Tools, import. Let me drag this screen over so you guys can see it. Digital contact list. I'm going to select the users. Import. The import bar is on my other screen and it won't let me drag it over. But that import's going. So while that goes, come back over here. You guys saw the BridgeCom Plus. So just so you guys know, BridgeCom Plus, the community will be focused on DMR radio discussions and debates. So if you guys haven't checked it out, please check out our BridgeCom Plus. We have 3 different levels of subscriptions. We got our actual, our monthly, sorry, for $14.99. We got our annual for $150. And we got our lifetime right now for $750. So make sure you get that. We have great discussions with knowledgeable moderators. You get access to our BridgeCom University courses, version 2, which is coming out. With we have a lot more training videos. And we have exclusive giveaways for our BridgeCom Plus members only. Okay. So import complete. Here we go. So now all of the contacts will be in there. And all we got to do is plug in our radio, which we're doing right now. Selecting our COM port as soon as it shows up. And we're going to write to radio. Make sure you check the digital contact list. And this is going to take a minute. It's going to go quick. You're going to see us run about 2-3 times. It will take about 5-10 minutes to do it. So we're not going to sit here for that whole time. But once you guys can see this going, we'll come back to this in a few minutes. and go on from there. All right, so let's move on to some questions. Can I use Signal Link with an Anytone 878? I'm actually not entirely too sure. I haven't messed a lot with Signal Link and all of that. I can see if one of the other technicians can answer that for you. If you'd like to call in, we have any number of technicians that'd be willing to help you. So if you'd like, our number is 816-532-8451, and one of our representatives will be happy to help you. I cannot get my Bluetooth push-to-talk button paired. Do I have to RMA the entire radio or just the push-to-talk button? The push-to-talk button, since my radio is actually writing right now, I can't actually show you. That is actually one of the most complicated things. You'd think it would be easy, but it seems to be really complicated to get that button to pair. You have to have a little bit of patience. Yeah, you know what? Maybe I could show you on my other radio here. Let me grab my other push-to-talk. It's going back to the old one. Okay, so we're going to go menu, down to Bluetooth. Now, make sure your Bluetooth is on first off. Yeah, Bluetooth pairing. And you're going to come down to, oh, no, actually, sorry, pair PTT Bluetooth. This one, Bluetooth PTT pair. You're going to go to connect, and while that's going, you're going to push the button. Might take a few times. You're going to have to maybe go connect a few times. It takes some time. Doesn't always happen the first time. There you go, PTT connected. If I change talk groups and keep hearing the previous talk group on my radio, shows it's, yeah, I have to disconnect from your previous talk group. So what you're going to have to do is, I don't know if this radio has it still because I've changed it so many times. You'd have to actually run a disconnect. Now, if the disconnect does not work, the reason would be that it's probably a static talk group. Now, if we can actually switch over to my screen here, I will actually log into right here. As you can see, these are static talk groups. These will always come in. Now, if I want to have times on them like this, you could do a schedule. You could set schedules and everything. So if you're unable to disconnect, that group might have priority in the list of static talk groups. As you see, worldwide's over 3,100 here. You can change precedents and other things. The issue is that the static group comes through. Make sure you also don't have digital monitor on. If you have digital monitor on, you will hear the other ones come through. And if it's a repeater, you're going to have to also make sure the time slots. So if you have one-on-one time slot, you might have to use the other time slot. But check with your local repeater because not every repeater allows for all talk groups. Some of them only allow certain talk groups. How do I make a private talk group? Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to create a radio ID. I mean, not a radio ID, sorry. A talk group. And come down to the bottom of our list. You can come here, type the name of something. Change to the next one here to a private call. Put in the private DMR ID you want. We'll save that. Now we come over to our channels. And we can create a channel. So now, as you see right here, this one's using my local repeater in my area, but it has customer. I don't want the customer's name shown, so I put customer there so you guys don't know who it is. But this way I can talk to a customer directly. I could just switch to that channel that I put in a group and I could talk to them. So I believe that channel is right here. My customer zone. So you just do that, make sure it's in there, and as long as the channel's created, you can just switch that channel, key up, and there you go. You're talking directly to that person, so long as they're on the network. The radio has to be turned on and connected. So is the GPS internal or external in the UV3 Plus? External. There is an external antenna that comes on it, and you plug it into the back. It's one of those SMA little connections on it that you screw into the back, and it comes with a long, like, I don't know actually how long it is, but it's a pretty long cable, so you can, get it closer to a window if you're indoors, or you can mount it on, your winch on your back window or something in your car or vehicle or something. What is that loud beep after keying? What you're actually talking about is the different acknowledgement alert tones. There's the idle channel tone, the call reset, and the call permit tone. So you're probably hearing the idle channel tone or call reset tone as soon as you're done. It's one of those two. I have an 878 Plus and use it often at work because of the DMR, which is we use. Is there a way I can download the voice recordings to PC? I'm not exactly 100% sure. I'm actually still messing around with the voice recordings and learning it. So I'm not exactly sure 100% on that. There may be a way. If there is, I will reach out to you and try and get you the answer, or you can reach out to me and we can work on this together and maybe try and figure this out. If I buy a hotspot, is there a monthly fee? No. Once you buy a hotspot, you own it, you connect to the network, and it's free. The networks don't charge you for a connectivity fee or any of that. All you got to do is make sure you have a DMR ID, you have a call sign so you can actually get the DMR ID, and you're connected to a network like Brandmeister, TGIF, or DMR Mark like we discussed yesterday. You can connect to a number of other ones too, depending on the radio you're using, but for DMR specifically, those are the ones we're talking about. For Brandmeister SMS store and forward service, the radio has a send and acknowledge of SMS reception back to Brandmeister network. Does the 878 Plus send acknowledgements back? Again, just like the last one, some of these are the more advanced features we are actually going through and learning ourselves. I haven't fully tested that 100%, but we do have a lot of requests from people about SMS. So I have been testing out both that SMS and trying to figure out APRS SMS as well. So those are two things I'm working. So if you want to contact me and get me your information as well, we can talk back and forth and figure out and maybe help each other out, understand it a little bit better. I have been using the DMR gateway setting on the SkyBridge when using the auto switch between TGIF and DMR Brandmeister network. Yes, you actually do have to use the DMR gateway setting on those. I don't believe my configuration is currently set for that. I'm coming here and looking. Let's see. Yeah, I don't currently have the split in here. But yeah, you would, and then you would just modify those settings right here in your expert settings right here, and you would do the switch. We do have documentations on that, and we do also have a video on that. If you guys would like to see that, maybe we can drop a link in the comments or something to that video that we have on in our BCU and on YouTube. Can you explain optional settings, digital functions, group and private call, hold time, and manual digital? Yeah. Those are more specifically, the hold times on those are when you hold down 0 and you actually manually type in the group you're trying to do. If you're trying to, let me turn on my radio here, just because it keeps beeping because I don't have my hotspot connected properly. It's just going to keep beeping right now. Okay. So, okay. When you hold down 0, this is a manual dial. If you hit the pound key, you go between private and talk group. So when you manually dial something here and we go to it, so if we were to go to, 3105 or something. That now, if I key up again here in a few seconds, I'll only key back up to Brandmeister US 3100. And that's because of my hold time being so low. So you can turn those up if you like to manually dial a lot of things, but that's why channels are better. And the other option is if you create a channel that's not named, like this one is named, Brandmeister US Nationwide. If it wasn't, I can sit here and go list and select these, and these would hold for infinite automatically. So that automatically switches the talk group at that point. So that's how you can understand that one. What is the correct way to move the SkyBridge from TGIF to Brandmeister networks on the fly? You actually just have to have the prefixes in for your talk groups. So when you key it up, it should automatically know that when you're keying up with that talk group, that it's going to go to that one network. So if you have nothing in the prefix, it usually defaults to Brandmeister. When you have like 7 or let me pull it up here. Configuration. Like here, DMR to YSF uses a 7 prefix. So if you were to use something like a 5 prefix or 500, and you put that before all of your stuff, then it will automatically know, hey, I'm going to TGIF. Or if you had a third network in there, DMR Mark or whatever it may be. So you can use a different prefix for each one of those. And that's how it will automatically distinguish. There's the beep as you hear that beep. So when you automatically key up, it should send it. Sometimes you have to key up twice because the switch is a little slow sometimes in the Pi-Star. This could be something Pi-Star could work on in the future, making it a little bit more efficient and better. But as of right now, these are the current limitations that we do have for it. And I do know that sometimes I even have to double key up to get to switch networks. Not always, just sometimes. How long does the 878 UV2 battery last when using DMR? You can't give a general time on that because the reality is, what's your usage? Just sitting here listening, there's only limited talk power. When you push, you're transmitting, you're using a lot more power. So if you're transmitting a lot and using a lot, you're going to use battery a lot quicker. If you're sitting there and not, you can maybe make the battery last a week. I think I usually change my battery once a week here, because I don't use it often transmitting during the day while I'm working. I use it a lot on the weekends, and I go through a battery on the weekends because I transmit a lot. But other than that, batteries last a pretty good amount of time. They're 3,100 milliamp hours, so you're going to get a pretty good bang for your buck on those batteries. How do you set up airband on the 578? All right, let me pull up my 578 CPS. Give me a sec, it's loading. Now back to the SMS, someone was saying, yes, I got a message from one of my techs saying, yes, it's SMS acknowledgement. So maybe that might help you. And the GPS antenna cable is 10 feet long. All right, just finishing up. There it goes. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here and we're going to go to tools and we're going to go to options. I want to make sure AM right here is checked. Okay, then what we're going to do is you're going to see AM arrow over here on the side. We'll come here, double click. We'll add in the frequency for whatever it is. So I'm just making something up. I don't know if this is even a local one. You'll go add, you'll name it, you know, we'll call it ground. And we can go, okay. You can add as many as you want. And then the other thing I tell people to do is come here, memory mode for the radio, and then key function. Make sure you set something for AM FM so you can enable it over the so you can enable it from your handheld manually. It's just like FM. When you turn it on, it'll start going through the stations. You can set it to VFO A or B as well, and go from there. So it's quite easy. It's a lot of fun. You can listen to the local airports. I don't have it on this one because this is the Pro model right here. The Plus is in the car. Sorry, can't bring it in to show you. Take too long right now. But maybe in the future here, I'll bring it out so we could do a little episode on that and show it working actually out here and everything, and how to go through that. But for right now, that's the basic setup on how to actually set it up. Just make sure they're here in your memories, up in your CPS, under air, and you enable the settings, and then just have the button so you can enable it on your radio. Where do I sign up for the giveaways? Actually, all our giveaways are available on our website. Let me see. I'm going to actually pull up our website here so you can see. We go to BridgeCom Systems. All our giveaways. First off, here you go. Right off the bat, here's our Summer Shack giveaway right here, so you guys can see. And as you can see, we have posted up on our site, the front. Here's our current giveaways page. That is the exact same page that I'm going to right now. Here's our BridgeCom giveaways, where you can get into all our giveaways that are available. And if you'd like to get into the BridgeCom Plus ones, please subscribe to our BridgeCom Plus with one of our memberships available, and we will send you an email or post it in the Discord so you guys can have access to those giveaways that we do. Is it possible to change the booting text, please wait? No, the booting please wait automatically is there every time. You might be able to get rid of it if you put a picture in. I don't remember 100% if a boot up picture does take that out or not. It may, but I'm not 100% sure if that's possible. Enjoy your live streams. Thank you. I appreciate being here with you guys. I try to provide you guys as much knowledge. I want to teach you guys as much as I can. You know, if you guys have anything specific, please let me know. I just got something that says the boot pick will shorten that display. It won't take it away completely, but it will shorten it. I don't know if this has been asked, but is there a way that the radio displays both channels and channel frequency, the channel name and frequency? You could put the frequency into the channel name. That might be a way you can do that, but I think it's either frequency or channel. I just set it to channel, so I that's my personal preference, and that's where I've always sat. I never really have messed with many of the other things, but I believe it's only channel or frequency. What is the difference between connecting to a repeater or a hotspot? And okay, the difference is that a repeater is going to be usually with a high power antenna and a big device for a lot of duty cycles. So a lot of people can connect to it. It's going to be made to process a lot of data, and it usually uses duplex time slots. So two time slots. Hotspots, sorry, are usually set up as simplex modes or nodes, they call them, and they go only with one frequency and one time slot. They also are only 10 milliwatts, I believe it is, of power. So they're very, very, very low power compared to the high power, 50 watts or more that are pushed out from repeaters. So the repeaters cover a larger area. Hotspots are more centralized for your home or office or vehicle or something like that, as opposed to a repeater. Now, I always tell everyone, get a hotspot. Hotspots are amazing because at that point, you don't have to worry about fighting with someone on a repeater. We went over this yesterday, and Dan asked me about that. I was trying to do a check-in with the net, one of the weekly nets on the weekends, and I was having difficulty checking in because every time I was trying to key up, other people were keying up and using it for other talk groups. So it got really annoying, and I couldn't even do my net check-in that week. And I really was bummed, but it is what it is. So now I know, I learned. You live and you learn, and that's why I love and use my hotspot all the time. Is Brandmeister APRS a digital APRS talk group? They do have a talk group. I know it's 310999. I don't know if that's Brandmeister specific or if that's what just digital APRS uses. So I do know that is the group specifically for APRS in the United States. So you check with your country. It's usually your country's code, the 3-digit code, like 310 is the United States, plus the 999 at the end for your APRS settings. So that could be a Brandmeister thing. It could be APRS in general. I usually use analog APRS because I'm near a lot of them. And I just find that, very useful. When on a repeater and I change talk groups and I'm changing the repeater like wires X room or reflector on D-Start, it's only changing locally on the radio. You need to key up on DMR when you actually change talk groups. So if I'm going to change talk groups here, say I'm changing the channel, this doesn't automatically, there we go, doesn't automatically just change the channel. You actually have to key up to the channel in order to activate it. Now, also, make sure you initiate. Let's see if this one has it. Nope, I didn't actually program the disconnect. Usually we program a disconnect button. So when you push up here, the disconnect comes up on your screen and you push to talk and it disconnects you from the actual talk group you're in right now. So that's how you would disconnect. If it's static, it won't work. It'll still keep that one channel active. However, if you change the channel at that point and key up a new one, hopefully as long as you're keeping yours active and that other one's not being active, it should switch over to you. Another reason to get a hotspot. Brandmeister 9997, a digital APRS talk group, or is that just local area? Actually, I believe 9997 is if I'm going to look this up in my code plug right now. (9997), if I'm not mistaken, is the alternate parrot. Parrot alt. Yep, that's the alternate parrot channel. That's a private call. Digital APRS is 310-9999. And I can show you that right here on my settings. They do work. I do test this all the time. I have tested and I do set up digital APRS for a lot of people. I'll leave these settings up for a minute so everyone can see them. So 999 is the one you want for APRS. All right. I have been able to send analog APRS messages, but I don't get replies. How do I set up my radio to receive analog APRS? Okay. If your radio is set to support analog APRS, what we're going to do is we're actually going to come over here, and I have an analog APRS channel right here. Make sure you have push to talk prohibit on, because you do not want to you can't transmit over this channel. And if you transmit and you're trying to receive your own APRS packets, that doesn't seem to work either. You can't do that. So that being said, these are the proper settings you'd want for analog. Whoops, this actually should be off. These are the actual proper settings you want for your analog settings to work for your analog APRS. If I toggle duplex on the SkyBridge, will it make the hotspot duplex capable? Yes. The issue is that the reason why we don't do that is one of the issues. Let me see if I can actually mimic the issue here at my house. One of those beeps, actually, this one loves to do it. Let me log in. This radio, the older one, because the new one's just programmed and I haven't really messed with it yet. This one will actually automatically say repeater not found a lot of times. Now I'm on my hotspot right now for this. And one of the reasons is that when you're in duplex mode, on the hotspots, it does not send a keep alive or data acknowledgement signal like repeaters do. So when you are sitting here and you're seeing this traffic, for some reason, hotspots don't always do this. They'll do this for a little bit. You'll see this. And then eventually, after lack of traffic, this green light, that's data acknowledgement from the repeater or the hotspot you're getting. That's keeping it alive. When that goes away, you'll start to get a repeater not found on your thing. So we are working on trying to fix that, figure that out, work on other things. But that's one reason why we don't actually put our things in duplex mode. But you can put it in if you want to deal with that. Just a disclaimer and a warranty to you. I have noticed that if I key up a group, that tends to fix that problem for an X amount of time. But it will get annoying if you hear that all the time. Repeater not found, doop, 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 repeater not found, doop, 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 repeater not found. So that's one reason why simplex modes are used for a lot of hotspots, but ours are dual band duplex offsets. There you go. Repeater not found. Can you recommend a good antenna for the 878? Yes. As we said earlier, the Nagoya 771 is an amazing antenna, especially with our radios. They get a good SWR and they get a great signal, very crystal clear. And, I'm actually really satisfied over my old antenna that everyone was like, oh, I love that antenna. What is it? What is it? I prefer the Nagoya over my older antenna. Thanks, Adam, for this helpful call we had yesterday regarding APRS. All works good. You're very welcome, Arthur. As you guys can see, Arthur, I helped him yesterday with APRS. It is a lot of fun once you get it working and you understand it. For anyone who is still having troubles with it, maybe we'll do an episode coming up here that will show you guys some more on APRS and help you guys understand it as well. Maybe next week or something, I'll do a thing on APRS at the beginning and I'll show you guys. So be sure to like and subscribe, guys, so you guys can check in also for next time, be notified. And we will do that next week. Can you export optional settings? No, for some reason, the optional settings are one thing that does not export in the CPS. And I do know to notify everyone and tell them, hey, you are going to have to set your optional settings again. The only things that you will be able to move over are some of your hotkeys and stuff like that. What is the friends list in the address book in the CPS? This is where you could search for your friends and add them specifically to a friends list. It just has their call signs and makes it a little easier for you to get through them. But other than that, I really haven't messed with it too much. So like I said, a lot of these are more of the advanced features. And now that we're growing with you guys, we are learning a lot of these things. we can do something on that. Let me learn a little bit about that, and I'll do a little promo thing on that. But from what I know, friends list allows you to be able to private call them. Is it beneficial to keep the firmware up to date in the radios if it seems to work okay? If it's working okay for you, it depends on your application. But I always say upgrade to the newest firmware, especially if they recommend it. They usually do fix a lot of bugs and issues that are in previous ones that you may not come across yet. I say yet because you might not have used that instance where it comes in and actually affects you. So just to preemptively prevent that, I always suggest upgrading to the newest firmware, because then you also get the newest features as well and the updated abilities that come with those, like APRS. In our latest version for our 878 UV2 Plus, we have the new APRS receive for even broken packets. So that's a great feature. So if you're helping someone with debugging some of their APRS issues, that'll come in handy. Is it possible to change the text booting? Please wait. We already went through that. No. And if you put on the picture, it will limit the time you see that. It'll decrease it. Which Nagoya antenna for mobile? I actually don't use, for the 578, if you're speaking for that, I actually use our tri-band antenna that we have on our website. That one works great with our radio. I have had no issues with it. I am going to test out some other antennas here and check them out. But as far as I like, because I do use the 220 band as well out here, I like the tri-band antenna. It works very well for me. Would a single band antenna transmit further than a dual band antenna? Again, the antennas will have to deal with, SWR, what kind of power rating you're pushing, a whole bunch of things like that. Are you using quarter wave, half wave? There's a bunch of factors, I guess you could say, that come into that. So it's possible, but again, where are you transmitting? If you're in a big dense city, that could be a problem. If you're out in an urban area and in an open area, you may get a lot further. So there's too many determining factors to say if one antenna will go further than another specifically, without doing some tests. You'd actually, and knowing all the environmental conditions and stuff around you, because all that plays into effect. What is talk around? Talk around actually, okay, this is was more used in simplex. I mean, not simplex, sorry, FM or analog. Talk around takes it so that you're on a repeater channel, and it changes you to using it in simplex mode on the receive channel only. So you're not tying up a repeater, and you could talk to someone who's in close proximity to you without tying up the repeater from someone else. That's pretty much what a talk around does. I hope you guys come to Hamfest in Huntsville, Alabama. Don't know which ones we're going to, where we're going, which ones yet, but we are looking at going to a lot of different fests and conventions and other things coming up here in the future. We are looking into a lot of them, so it's a possibility. If we do go there, maybe we'll see you. Why does the 878 UV2 Plus not scan all my channels I program into and only can 2? Might be some of your settings that you have set for scan, and might also be, let's see, there could be a couple of reasons. I'd have to more, what? If we can talk after this, or you want to call one of our technicians, they'd be more than happy to help you, walk you through the process. We probably need to look at your code plug. There might be 1 or 2 settings that could be off, but if you'd like to call us, our number is 816-532-8451. and our technicians would be more than happy to help you. They're very knowledgeable in this, and this is something we'd have to go back and forth and ask some questions to get it to figure out why that's not happening. Hey, Dave, can you tell me how many entries on the contact list for old Anytone 878 and the 578? Is it 100,000 or 150,000? Actually, it's 200,000 on the 878 and the 578. If you're talking the Pro, I don't actually have that number in front of me, but 150. Just got that from my tech. 150. If I change the hotspot dashboard color, will it void the warranty? No. You could go into the C. We actually show you guys how to do that. So if we actually go over to my screen here, what you can do is, as you see, mine's blue because I factory reset it for this, but we can come to Expert, go to CSS Tools, and this line right here is what you want to do, is you want to change that. It uses HTML codes for colors. So if you need to look up an HTML code, you can search the color on Google or Bing or whatever your favorite search provider is. And you can put in that 6-digit code right there, click apply, and it will change your colors. All of the blue here will change to whatever color you select. Can you talk about a bit about the upcoming mic for the 578? Yeah, I could talk a little bit about it, but I'm actually waiting right now, Steve. I'm actually getting it sent to me so I can actually show all you guys. I'd rather show you than just talk about it. But the 578, if we have something on that on the mic, if we could throw that up, it's coming out hopefully here at the end of the year and fall to 2022. There we go. If you guys would like to sign up now, you're more than welcome to. You can call one of our representatives and sign up so you can get your name on the waiting list. We do not have a definitive price yet. We are hoping from what I'm not going to throw out a price because I don't want to be stuck on that or someone's quote me, but we are working on trying to get you a price, hopefully the price we said earlier. We're going to get you guys the best deal, but this is just like, as you can see, the 878, just minus a few buttons, changed a little bit. And this blue works perfectly fine with your head unit. So everyone's asking, do we have a detachable unit? No, we don't, but we have this coming out. You can now put your, whole control unit underneath your seat or in your trunk or wherever it's more, you have a little bit more room for it to be, protected and used. And as you can see on the screen, it has a full-blown screen. You can see exactly where you're on. And, I look forward to it. I'm excited. I can't wait to get my hands on it. And you guys are going to be the first ones to see it. So again, make sure you like and subscribe down below so you can, be sure to be notified when we actually have that. And you can see us live when we actually do have it. So again, tune in for that. Make sure you guys check in regularly. We should have that here soon. Is the color code the same as the PL? In a sense, yes. Color code does work kind of like a PL. So if you have 2 repeaters or 2 hotspots, let's just say in your house running on the same frequencies, you change the color code. So that way they don't both pick up the same frequencies. So it's kind of like a PL tone, but for digital. Seems like the local DMR repeater doesn't allow some talk groups. Does having a hotspot allow me to use any talk group? Yes. That is another reason why I say having a hotspot is great, because you can always use whatever talk group you want. You can disconnect the talk groups. You have full control over it, and you're not fighting either the public for the ones that they want or the ones that they have set. So, oh, I want this talk group. They don't have it. Let me try and contact the repeater owner. The repeater owner says, no, we're not adding it. Sorry, you can't use it, whatever it may be. So this is a great solution for that. And if you're going to be mobile with it, hook it up to your cell phone and take it out and about, and you'll be anywhere, and you have your own little mobile kind of hotspot that's connected. As long as you have an internet connection, you can then go from there. Yes, the 878, not the 878, that Bluetooth mic will work with both 578s. I have the Pro behind me, and I have the Plus in my car, so I will use the Pro with this when I show you guys, so you show everyone working with the Pro, and I'll try and bring in the Plus as well, so we could do both of them there. Oh my God, I can't wait. You and me both. And probably everyone else in this company. Everyone is so excited for it. We can't wait. I know you guys can't wait. You know, let's just keep hyping this some more and more. Everyone's going to get into it. You know, the better it's going to be for everyone because, you know, the more Anytone sees that everyone wants this, the better it is for us. Everyone's going to be happier because, you know, they'll be able to produce a lot more and actually see that everyone's really waiting for this, anticipating it. Is there a way to set the default scan list per zone? When I switch to zone ABC and press shortcut to scan, the scan lists are associated by the channels. So you have to set it both in the channel in the scan list and the scan list on the channel. That also might be one reason why, with the earlier question, someone was saying that it didn't scan all the channels. They might not have it actually set on the channel. Like I said, going back and forth, you know, would help us determine these kind of, to fix that solution or that problem, figure out why that's not happening or why you're having that, experiencing that issue. All right. Do we need to have Windows Office for programming the 878? No, actually, this is our CPS program. If we go back to my screen real quick, we provide this software for you guys on our website. Oops, let me expand this outward so you guys can see this a little better. This is our own software, not our software, but Anytone software specifically for our radios that we use. And you can get this, and I'm going to actually show you guys specifically where to download this. So we'll come over to our main site. Let me go back and go to our support site. Now on the left-hand side here, as you guys saw, I clicked on all articles, all our different radios, version 2, version 2, version 1, version 1, the 868, the SkyBridge support, Zygu G90, our BCM, our repeaters, cable pinouts, and all of more, and so much more here on our website. So all you got to do is for the 878 UV2 Plus specifically, click here, and here's your latest firmware to download and install. All right. The 878 UV2 Plus, if you have any questions or concerns, let us know so we can get them answered. The Anytone 878 UV2 Plus is the Cadillac of handheld radios. Comes with so many features. Comes with access to our BridgeCom University, a $97 course. Beginner to expert training that walks you through your new device. It is a dual band analog and DMR capable radio that does everything. We have analog APRS receive and transmit. Comes with over 500,000 contacts now, and as we are at 220,000 contacts, this is a radio for you. It's going to take us some time to get up there, but you know this radio will last you years. We have a dedicated team of support for answering any and all your questions, and we look forward to helping you guys get those radios. So now if you would like, please contact our representatives. They'd be more than happy to help you get one of those radios. Our number is 816-532-8451. All right, I'd just like to say thank you, everyone, for an amazing show today. I loved your questions. I hope you guys liked my presentations. And, you know, again, 73, thank you for coming. See you next week.